Well, hello, my YouTube friends. So you saw this part already, the crank for the bicycle, for the BMX, my brother's BMX. And in case you hadn't seen it before already, I bought this off eBay, and I bought it because it had the word mongoose embossed in it, or pressed into it, stamped into it. So less likely to be a fake. Because, man, I didn't realize they're so proud of these parts. Okay. I wanted to do, or I am doing, a period correct reassembly, not a restoration. And so, I like the parts old, rusty, dirty, used. You know, I don't want it to, look brand new, showroom floor. I want it to look how it looked when it was in use, being ridden by a 13-year-old kid back in 1987. Okay, so there's the crank. In no particular order, I got the front sprocket, and there are a lot of designs available on eBay. I went with the 5-spoke sprocket to match the 5-spoke mags, and I bought this one for the same reason that I bought that crank, because it has the word mongoose right there stamped into it. So less likely to be a fake. And it is in surprisingly good condition, right? You can see that it's used, that it's been installed before, but no rust, shiny chrome everywhere. So real happy with that. I already mocked it up. It goes on real nice. Okay, all right, so with the crank, I got these, the new bearing kit, left and right side with the cups. And I'll check and see. I guess I might as well knock the old cups out and put the new cups into the bottom bracket. But these are, brand new, made in Taiwan. And as far as black or chrome on these pieces, so how would a 13-year-old kid have it? Well, if it was my brother, he would have asked me for help, and I would have said, okay, let's change up the color a little bit. Let's not just go, all chrome, all chrome. Let's put a little black highlight in it. So that was why I went for the black ones instead of the chrome ones. And I was, not worried, but I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna make sure I get the right, the right race on the right side. But it's kind of hard to get it wrong because the thread size is different. Okay, so when one's a left-hand thread and one's a right-hand thread, but only one will fit, right? The small one won't go over and won't fit on that one. So problem solved there. So that's my crank. I'm gonna put that together. Now the crank, there's another issue. So we'll get to that. Let's see, and that involves the pedals. So there's a lot of pedals available, and you can see this one has the word mongoose on it, and it's cast into it. These are aluminum, right? The word mongoose is part of the casting, so less likely to be a fake. Good usage on them, right? But not destroyed. It's missing a couple of these right here. Now, this one also has, one's a left-hand thread and one's a right-hand thread. And it's hard to tell. You can barely see. Okay, so let me see. All right, so CM, I don't know, is that chrome moly? But there's a L, and that R, like on this one, that looks like a P. Okay, so left-hand threads. Now, there's a slight issue with the crank, and that would be the threads on this side, the right-hand threads. So what I believe happened is, again, the generic 13-year-old kid, we acquired bicycles, and we acquired parts off bicycles and assembled bicycles, and some of the parts may be a little warm. Okay, so now the 13-year-old kid may not have been thinking about the right and left-hand threads. I don't know if you ever owned an old Chrysler and it had the left-hand threads on the lug nuts, and you're tightening those things. So, okay, so you understand that. So I believe what may have happened, because the threads are kind of boogered right here on this one. So the one with the right hand, is that the right? And it looks like the letter P, but it's actually an R. So after these came, I was trying to screw it in, and it was like barely going in. It wasn't going in nice. The threads are boogered up on here. So I turned it this way, right, and then to see if it goes in from the inside. And luckily it did, so that told me that there is still some good thread in here. So now I'm going to fix this, and I'll show you how. We'll go out in the garage and I'll show you how. But what I did was I found a nut right here that fits on these, that fits on this one. Luckily it was the right hand thread and not the left hand thread. And then I matched up the nut with a bolt, and it's 1/2 inch 20. The thread size is 1/2 inch 20. So that nut fits that one, fits that bolt, and also fits that one. You'll believe me. I'm going to use this bolt to fix those threads, and I'll show you why in a minute. We'll have to go out to the garage. Now, okay, in no particular order, this seat, let me zoom out. This old style, old school plastic seat has the word Dominator, right? Who knows what bicycle it came from? Maybe it was an aftermarket part. And I love its condition, used condition, a little bit of rust on it. But what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to turn. So this is for the seat post, but the seat post is like straight up and down. And the seat post on my brother's bicycle, it's bent back. So I'm going to have to loosen these up and reverse this piece, so that's on this side so it can angle. You quiet down in there. Dog making noise. So I got the Dominator seat. It has the word Viscount. Quiet. If we can focus. And the word Viscount maybe means something to one of you guys. I was just looking for the style, and I went with white to match the white wheels, and it has the numbers 2166, made in Taiwan, and there's the word Viscount. So if that means anything to any of you guys, it just means nothing to me other than, you know, it's a vintage, as used banana seat, BMX seat. Okay, the rear brake. And I noticed watching the videos and that this, what's it? Okay, I forgot the name of it already. It was on this one though. Yeah, Diacomp. Okay, and Diacomp, that doesn't mean anything to me other than I noticed through my little bit of internet research that it's an old school brand name. An MX, because a lot of restored bikes have, you know, the MX on the brake, and it should say Diacomp right there. And this one, that nylock nut right there, man, that thing's old. So I was going to take it off and mock it up on the bicycle, but instead I'm going to wait, because I'm going to remove that one time and I'm going to put it on one time, you know, when I'm ready to mount this on the bicycle. And okay, so like this piece right here, the cable goes through that, and I saw on eBay like old, like correct, a special type of has a cone instead of like a ball end right there, you know, $5. But then I decided, no, you know what, whatever one comes on this when it gets here, I'll just use that, because if I was doing, you know, a 1,000 point restoration, then yeah, you'd want the perfect exact nuts on it right there. But that's not what I want. I want it to be how it would be ridden by a young kid in those days. And so it works real good. I was holding it right here. And so neither of these arms is seized to the to this pivot bar right there. So that works real good. I'll have to replace these. I don't want blue rubbing off on the wheel. So the Dicomp 900, it has the number 900 right here. Dicomp 900 rear brake. Okay, the two front brakes, or no, the two handlebar levers. Okay, now the one for the left side, which I guess is the front, and the one for the right handlebar, which I guess is for the back, because the nut, the screw, and the bolt right there, that's supposed to face down, right? When you look at it, you should see this side. So it's a matching pair. This side has never been installed. It's still in perfect condition. They came as a pair. It was like $100 or something. I mean, man, I got so much money in this project, and it came like with the perfect exact bolt. I'll just keep this one in this condition. Maybe I'll sell it on eBay, and, you know, and use the used one, and it's got the perfect amount of wear, right? I want it to be as used, as ridden condition. So this is the two finger, right? Your two finger grip, Dicomp MX brake levers. So I think that wraps it up. Up to 12 minutes already. So I'll just tell you what I'm going to do real quick. Okay, where's that bolt? Okay, so the bolt right here, and these threads that are boogered up right there. So what you do is you take a hacksaw or a cutoff wheel, and you cut a groove right here. And then you put some penetrating oil on it right there, and you screw it in from the good side. Where is it? There it is. Okay, screw that in from the good side, and the groove gives the dirt and grime somewhere to go. So with every rotation, right, the sharp edge that you created by cutting a groove right here with either a cutoff wheel or a hacksaw or something, that will scrape away, and it'll help, it'll clean up those threads in there. You do not want to use a tap and die. So yeah, you don't want to use a tap because a tap is designed to cut metal, right? And you don't want to cut the metal. You don't want to cut the existing threads. You just want to remove the grime and then dress the like the boogered up ones, kind of, you know, push them back. And this is soft enough that it'll do the job, and having that groove again gives the dirt somewhere to go. So that's how I'm going to fix that, and then I'll be able to easily screw the pedal in like that. All right, 14 minutes. So these are all the parts. Over the next couple days, I'll be assembling the bicycle, and then I'll show you, I'll give you another progress report. All right, my friends, you have a good day.